Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Johnny, here with another VoicePlay reaction and analysis. We've been unpacking all of their 2022 releases, and we are at their cover of Dream On by Aerosmith. And I'm super excited for this one. This one is a lot of fun. Can't wait to break it down. I like to pause a lot. This is a pretty deep analysis that I like to do here. So if you're looking for a shorter reaction video, go find somebody else. You're not going to find that here. Be sure to go watch the original video, link in the description. Subscribe to VoicePlay. They're a very talented musical group. I think that's all. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, here we go. And we're ready. Let's do this.
Every time I look in the mirror, all these lines on my face getting clearer.
Well, the echo in here, we're kind of it looks to me like an abandoned school or something, or a factory. So we kind of get this echo when Ellie has this opening part, kind of like adds a feeling of isolation or being alone, and I think that works out really well for the purposes of the setting that we're going for with this song.
Every time I look in the mirror, all these lines on my face getting clearer. The past is gone. It went.
And I like how they all in the past is gone, and when they do that bend up to their respective notes in the three-part harmony, they all go a certain distance away from that root F, that F3 down there. So we get kind of like a clashing effect in terms of how far they're bending the pitch, and I think that sounds really cool when it clashes like that.
It went by like
dusk to dawn.
Isn't that the way? Isn't that the way? Everybody's got their.
So this introduction gives us a feel of who our singers are. We get to hear some pretty heavy leading, like, metal belting tones from Omar here. Not necessarily metal, just like his crisp, sharp tone up here. It stands out immensely, and I think it's implemented very well.
Dues in life to pay. Yeah.
I really like how we're able to just take our time with this intro. We don't have any vocal percussion yet. It's all very slow and drawn out. So we kind of get, like, it's testing our patience a little bit, but at the same time, the momentum that we build here. That's my favorite word. Momentum keeps us going, keeps us enticed because of the building vocals that we have going on.
I know nobody knows where it comes and where it goes. I know it's.
So he's up there. It'd be more of like a belting register for me, like upper chest. I don't want to do that on mic though. So we have him up there on that F4. It sounds like full voice, maybe a little bit of head mix, but either way, that's pretty high to be singing in a consistent, like to be singing consistently for that long in a softer kind of manner. So you have a lot of openness in the vocal track to pull that off, and it sounds really nice here.
Everybody's in. You got to lose to know how to win.
There, what the heck was that? Lane vocal percussion moment. I'm not gonna try to imitate that. I don't know what the heck he's doing there. Something like that, but really rapid. Who knows? And then we drop immediately to him. I don't have that on my keyboard, but that's an F1 sub from Jeff. And a very cool. There we go. Up to like a higher bass register on the bass line there, which sounds really nice. And we have these Sounds like, here, let me go back and figure this out. So it sounds like the three higher tenors are exchanging off who's singing which notes there and creating an effect of like I would hear this a lot when I did high school band on like woodwind, like flute and clarinet parts, adding just like a background effect where they yeah, it kind of outlines the chord structure that we have going on in a way that's less arpeggio and more just trading off what notes in the triad you're singing, and yeah, it's just a way to outline the harmonic structure that's kind of really used less often than arpeggios, but it adds a lot of effect here because it has more of a drive, like a forward motion kind of feel than an arpeggio setting would. And they kind of fade out as they switch to these ahs and ohs up in the higher range, kind of building to this kind of let's break into this kind of moment.
Half my life's in books, written pages, live to learn from fools and sages.
I think this might be one of the only ones that they don't use multi-tracking for, because you can kind of hear where, so Cesar has this line to start. Let's go back here.
Lives in books, written pages.
So when he lands there, Omar goes, whoa, and Ellie has a lower harmony in there, but it cuts off immediately as Ellie goes into his solo line up to that high C. Please, tenor high C. Very nice mixed tone up there. But yeah, I think that the way they trade off these harmonies and solo lines works really nicely for 5 voices, or the 4 voices and the vocal percussion. So kudos to Jeff for arranging this like that.
Lives in books, written pages, live to learn from fools and sages.
It's true.
All the things you do.
A lot of really cool bass moments from Jeff there. That's another F1 sub. He kind of snuggles with the F1s in this arrangement.
All the things you do.
So we switched to a heavier kick from Lane, kind of more of a halftime feel to build this like bigger moment of impact. All the things you do. We have all these vocalists in very full, very open voices. Maybe a mix from the highest parts in there, but yeah. So we're getting to very impactful points in the piece, and the way this is put together kind of reflects that with the vocal percussion and the tone of the voices that we have here.
All the things you do come back to you.
So we kind of get that skipping voice effect. I don't know if there's a technical term for that, but it's kind of like a record scratch. Sounds very cool.
Come back to you. Sing with me, sing for a year, sing for the laughter, sing for the tears.
Ellie definitely wins this part. Up to that A flat. Sing, sing. I found it. Sing with me. And more of like a metal voice. So we kind of get like that ripping on that A flat, and instead of year, he sings yeah with more of an A something, and C to allow more openness in that syllable. So yeah, very awesome part from Ellie. This kind of like, this is the part of the song that I always skip back to because I just love his tone here.
For a year, sing for the laughter, sing for the tears. Sing with me, if just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away. Dream on, dream on, dream.
So I like how when we get to this chorus, we can't even stay still for a moment. Omar has dream on, dream. And then the second time they do that crazy riff down with that modulated second octave in there. So even though we got to this familiar chorus part, we're still adding VoicePlay's own flair to it that keeps us interested. We can't give them too much right up front. We have to, we can't give them too much of the original piece right up front. We have to add our own flavor to it in a way that still makes it sound in the same like manner that we're going for. I don't know if I explained that very well, but I just like the way that we have this kind of creative moment here with that riff going down. It deviates from the original, but still sounds really good as part of the song. That's probably a better way to put it.
Oh, the good Lord will take you away. Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream until your dreams come true.
So to be honest, I wish if we were gonna have this like smaller section here, I wish we had a little bit more impact in that big first chorus. But still, there is the effect that they're going for in this kind of breakdown section. It does still work. So we have Jeff up here on that F3, and we have those same parts I was talking about with the high tenors, those. Except they're slowed down, so you have to kind of give us a moment to breathe in the middle of this big epic part of the song. So it does still have the effect that we're looking for. Not related to the analysis of the song, but I wonder what Ellie was writing right there. And we're right back in. That moment is really cool, how we have Lane doing that, and we have the on those open ahs, staccato, but not cut super short. So we still have a little bit of length to them that pushes forward. So I like how we get right back into this section, and we have Lane's vocal percussion thing. It's like dipping like a valley and then coming back up. It might be panning right, left, right. I can't quite tell with these headphones, but yeah, very cool going right back into this big part. It's a nice juicy F1. So in that part, we kind of have Omar, Cesar, and Ellie trading off and having like kind of broken, or it sounds like Omar does that consistently, that the Dream On line, and Ellie and Cesar are doing their own little thing under that to give it a little bit more support, a little bit more prominence. It's the same thing we talk about all the time with VoicePlay, how they have like variations of the text going on under the melody to give it more oomph, and it works really well here.
Dream on.
Super high 3-part harmony here, up to A flat 5. I'm gonna assume that's Omar. Cesar looks like he's like screaming out here, so I think that's Omar on. It sounds like Ellie's doing maybe down an octave, so it's F4, and then harmonically, I think that would have Cesar on like something like that. I can't tell exactly who's doing what in there, but that's really awesome high 3-part harmony, all up in the high tenor register, and it's freaking awesome. vocal analysis standpoint, you definitely need a lot of space, a lot of openness to go that high and sound clean. Like tongue out of the way, soft palate raised, that kind of thing. Even if you're in a like higher passage, like third, fourth passage, excuse me, you need that openness to get the fullness of the tone. That's more difficult the higher you go into the vocal range. So it's very impressive from all three of them.
Every time I look in the mirror, all these lines on my face getting clearer.
So this ending that we get is a little bit more decorated version of the opening that we got. It's just Ellie going all the way through with the solo, and everybody else is doing these up in a higher range to kind of create that kind of like a lonely theme that we were going for in the beginning. Almost like post-apocalyptic, that kind of sense. And I think they captured the essence of that really well.
The past is gone.
Very simple, very grounded way to end the song. Very cool. I love listening to this one. Anytime it comes on the playlist, I exult, and I drive really fast whenever Ellie sings that "Sing with me" up there. I love this song. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. VoicePlay really outdid themselves. Very awesome arrangement from Jeff. Very grounded, a little bit more than we're used to, but can't go wrong with that. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the video, and go subscribe to VoicePlay. As I said before, they're an incredible group of artists. And that's all I have for you guys, so I will see you in the next one.